So we're in the 22nd day of this government shutdown now. Nothing has really changed. Last night, Senator Merkley of Oregon gave a 24-hour filibuster against the current continuing resolution that would fund the government and reopen everything. And we don't see those kind of filibusters very often anymore. That used to be the purpose of the filibuster, was you had to talk and talk and talk and talk until you couldn't anymore. And then at that point, you would end up moving on to the next vote. But you still had to have the 60-vote majority in order to get past that debate stage. But people would, take turns talking, and they would continue the debate for a long time. But lately, they just have to say, well, I'm going to filibuster that, or they know they don't have the 60 votes, and it's considered filibustered, which is kind of using a mix of terms there, because the other term would be cloture, which is closing the debate and advancing it for final vote. Ends up kind of being the same thing anymore. But anyway, there's no real change here. Now, Donald Trump is saying Democrats need to, end the shutdown. He's trying to blame them. But I think ultimately Republicans bear the blame for this shutdown, because everything the Democrats want, Republicans are the reason for. They want to extend the Affordable Care Act subsidies. But Republicans promised them in March they would have those discussions later. Well, the end of the year is coming up. We have less than 70 days to the end of the year. So how much later is left at this point? These are discussions that need to be had, and Republicans haven't done anything. And then when it comes to Medicaid, the money they want to put back is all of the money that was cut in the One Big Beautiful Bill, and it has nothing to do with undocumented immigrants getting access to Medicaid. If your state allows undocumented immigrants to get onto Medicaid, then that is a state issue, and it is funded by your state taxpayer dollars, not by federal dollars, because it is not legal. The only time undocumented immigrants get any sort of aid from Medicaid or any sort of benefit, it actually goes straight to the hospital, is if they turn up at the ER, they need some kind of emergency care, and they don't have any way to pay. So the hospital doesn't lose that money. Medicaid pays that bill. So that way they don't have to raise costs on the rest of everybody to make up the difference for what they lost by helping people. So day 22, no real change affecting it looks like it's going to go definitely into day 23. Second longest government shutdown. Donald Trump holds the record, numbers 1 and number 2, when it comes to government shutdowns. And it doesn't look like it's going to get any better anytime soon.